For most of human history, humans did not wear clothes. No shirts, no pants, no shoes, no jackets, no underwear. Nothing, just skin, sun, wind, cold, bugs, dirt, scratches, and a lot of very awkward moments. Now imagine being born in that world. You wake up on the ground. There is no bedroom, no blanket, no bathroom, no mirror, no closet, no choice of outfit. You do not ask yourself, what should I wear today? Because there is nothing to wear. You walk through grass, you sleep near fire, you hunt animals, you run from danger, you sit with your tribe, and everyone around you looks completely normal. Because nobody has invented clothes yet. But then, one day, something changes. One human picks up an animal skin, or a pile of leaves, or a piece of soft fur, and instead of throwing it away, he puts it on his body. The others stare, then they laugh. Why are you hiding? Why are you wearing that? Are you cold? Are you sick? Are you trying to look important? To them, it may have looked ridiculous. A human, covered in another animal. But that strange moment may have changed our species forever. Because clothes did not begin as fashion. They began as survival. Before clothes, the human body had a problem. It was smart, but fragile. Humans were not the fastest animals, not the strongest, not the biggest. We had no thick fur like bears, no hard shell like turtles, no claws like lions, no feathers, no natural armor, just skin. And skin is useful, but it is not enough. The sun burns it, cold air bites it, rocks cut it, insects attack it, branches scratch it, rain chills it, wind dries it. And at night, when the temperature drops, skin alone can become dangerous. So early humans had to solve a strange problem. Their brains were becoming powerful, but their bodies were still exposed. And maybe that is where clothes began. Not because someone wanted to look cool, not because someone wanted style, but because someone was cold. Imagine a group of early humans sitting near a fire. The day was hot, but now night is coming. The air gets colder. People move closer to the flames. A child shivers. An old hunter holds his arms tightly around his body. The fire helps, but only on one side. Your front is warm, your back is cold. And then one person notices something. The animal they hunted earlier had something humans did not. Fur, thick, warm, protective. The animal was dead, but its skin still had power. So someone pulls the fur over their shoulders. And for the first time, the cold feels different. Not gone, but weaker. The wind does not bite as hard. The night does not feel as dangerous. And suddenly that funny-looking person has an advantage. The others may have laughed at first, but then they saw the truth. He was warmer. He could sit farther from the fire. He could move through colder air. He could sleep longer. He could survive places that naked skin could not. That is how a joke becomes an invention. One person looks strange, then useful, then smart, then everyone copies him. And this is one of the most important things about humans. We do not need evolution to slowly grow fur again. We can steal fur from the world. We can take what nature gave another animal and turn it into technology. A fur coat was not just clothing, it was portable shelter, a tiny house wrapped around the body. And once humans discovered that idea, the world became bigger. Cold places were no longer impossible. Windy places were no longer impossible. Long nights were no longer impossible. The body was still weak, but the brain had found a way to cheat. And that may be the real beginning of clothing. Not shame, not fashion, not kings, not style. A cold human, looking at fur, and thinking, what if I used that? But warmth was only the beginning, because once humans started covering the body, they discovered something else. Clothes did more than keep you warm. They protected you from the world. Think about walking through a forest with bare skin. Every branch can scratch you. Every thorn can cut you. Every insect can bite you. Every sharp rock can hurt your feet. Every fall can leave blood. A modern person does not think about this because modern clothing protects us all day. Shoes protect feet, sleeves protect arms, hats protect heads, gloves protect hands. But for early humans, every step outside was contact with nature. And nature does not care about comfort, so even simple coverings could change everything. A piece of hide around the waist, a strip of bark around the foot, leaves tied together, fur over the shoulders, bone needles, plant fibers, animal sinew. Little by little, humans began to build a second skin. A skin they could remove, repair, change, improve. And this second skin did something amazing. It let humans enter places their bodies were not designed for. Cold valleys, sharp forests, rocky ground, snow, wind, long hunts, dark caves. The human body stayed the same, but the human range expanded. This is why clothing is more than decoration. It is one of the reasons humans spread across the planet. A lion cannot decide to wear snow boots. A zebra cannot sew a jacket. A monkey cannot make gloves and walk into winter. But humans could, because humans had imagination. They could look at a problem and cover it. Too cold? Add fur. Too sunny? Add shade. Too sharp? Add leather. Too wet? Add layers. Too dangerous? Add protection. Clothes became a tool, but then something stranger happened. At some point, clothes stopped being only about survival. They became a message. Imagine two hunters returning to a tribe. One wears a simple piece of skin. The other wears the fur of a dangerous animal. A leopard, a wolf, a bear. Everyone looks. Because that clothing says something. It says, I survived. I hunted. I am strong. I have skill. I have status. Before writing, before money, before passports, before crowns, clothes could speak. They told people who you were, a hunter, a mother, a leader, a stranger, a warrior, a child, a person from another tribe, a person with power. This is where clothing becomes deeply human. Because humans do not only survive, humans perform identity. We show things, we hide things, we signal things, we judge things. And clothing became one of the loudest signals ever invented. At first, maybe it was simple. Warm fur means cold weather. Thick hide means protection. Decorated skin means important person, but over time, the message grew. A rare feather, a painted cloth, a necklace, a special pattern, a color nobody else had, a beautiful animal skin. Suddenly, clothing was not just saying, I am warm. It was saying, look at me. I am different. I matter. And that may be why clothes became impossible to remove from human life, because they protected the body. But they also protected the ego. They helped humans belong, or stand out. They created groups, tribes, ranks, roles, rules. And then came one of the strangest parts, shame, because before clothing, the uncovered body was normal. Nobody had a reason to think it was strange. A body was just a body. But once some people started covering themselves, uncovered skin began to mean something new. It could mean poor, unprepared, childish, strange, different, embarrassing. The same body that once looked normal could suddenly look exposed. That is the strange power of culture. It can take something natural and make it feel private. It can take something ordinary and make it feel forbidden. So maybe humans did not start wearing clothes because they were ashamed. Maybe shame grew later, after clothes became normal. First came cold, then protection, then status, then rules, then shame. And after that, there was no going back. Once clothing became normal, human society changed forever, because now a person could change how others saw them without changing their body. Think about how powerful that is. A weak person could look stronger. A poor person could look richer. A leader could look untouchable. A warrior could look terrifying. A king could look almost divine. A stranger could hide who they were. A tribe could show who belonged and who did not. Clothes became a language without words, and every society began writing that language differently. In one place, clothing meant protection from snow, in another, protection from sun, in another, religious meaning, in another, beauty, in another, class, in another, power, in another, modesty. The same invention became thousands of different worlds. A crown is clothing, a uniform is clothing, a wedding dress is clothing, a soldier's armor is clothing, a judge's robe is clothing, a school uniform is clothing, a business suit is clothing. Even a simple t-shirt tells a story. Who made it? Who wears it? What group does it belong to? What does it say? What does it hide? Every morning, modern humans do something ancient. We wake up and choose a skin, not biological skin, social skin. The version of ourselves we want the world to see. Funny, serious, rich, relaxed, dangerous, beautiful, professional, invisible, different, normal. That is why clothing feels so personal. Because it sits on the border between the body and the world, it is not fully you, but it is not separate from you either. If someone laughs at your clothes, it can feel like they laughed at you. If someone compliments your clothes, it can feel like they saw you. That is the strange power of something that may have started with cold air and animal skin. A piece of protection became a piece of identity. And maybe that is why humans never stopped changing clothes. We did not stop at fur. We made linen, wool, cotton, silk, leather, armor, robes, dresses, suits, uniforms, sneakers, hoodies, designer brands, fashion shows, online outfits, digital avatars, from a leaf to a leopard skin, to a luxury coat, to a profile picture. The idea is the same. Humans want control over how they are seen. But here's the funny part. The first person who wore clothes may have looked ridiculous. Maybe the tribe laughed. Maybe someone pointed. Maybe someone said, "Why are you wearing that?" But thousands of years later, we are the strange ones. Because now, if someone walked through a city with no clothes, everyone would stop. Everyone would stare. Everyone would ask, "Why are you not wearing anything?" That is how powerful culture is. It can flip reality. What was once normal becomes shocking. What was once strange becomes required. And that leaves a strange question. Did humans invent clothes? Or did clothes invent a new kind of human? Because after clothing, humans were no longer just bodies moving through nature. They became symbols, characters, members of groups, people with rank, people with modesty, people with style, people with secrets. A covered body could say more than an uncovered one. And maybe that is the real reason clothing became one of the most powerful inventions in history. Not because it covered the body, but because it changed the meaning of the body. It allowed humans to survive cold, but also to create identity. It protected skin, but also created shame. It made us safer, but also made us judge each other. It gave us warmth, but also gave us status. It started as survival and became civilization. So the next time you put on a shirt or shoes or a jacket, remember this. You are not just getting dressed. You are participating in one of the oldest human ideas. The idea that the body is not enough. That nature can be improved. That identity can be built. That a human can choose what the world sees first. And maybe, long ago, one cold, awkward, very strange-looking person wrapped animal skin around their body, while everyone else laughed, but that person may have started something bigger than anyone understood, because the moment humans covered themselves, they did not only hide their skin, they revealed what made them human.